This comment was left on one of our videos, and I thought it was an awesome opportunity to talk about, in as respectful a way as possible, why we eat meat and why we do what we do here on our farm. Now, it doesn't matter if you raise your own meat, if you buy it from the grocery store, or if you hunt and harvest it that way. If you're eating meat, that was once a living, breathing organism that has been converted into a food source. It's a heck of a thing to take a life, and that's why I don't think it should be done lightly. We're trying to raise as much of our own meat as possible for a few different reasons. One reason being that we want the control over where that food is coming from. What goes into that animal's body while it's alive, that the food is actually going to be in the freezer when we need it, which is a growing concern in today's time. And when you consider the quality of the meat that's produced versus the cost of that meat, it's a great value. Now, all in all, we probably spend more money raising our own animals, but the quality is such that we don't really mind because it's so much better. Now for the question of, is it ethical to eat meat? When it comes to animals raised solely for meat, beef cattle, meat goats, whatever that, meat chickens, whatever that may be, the question becomes, is it more ethical for that animal not to exist at all so that it doesn't have to be killed, or so that it lives in the best possible conditions, lives a good life, and then goes on and fulfills its purpose as meat? Now, when you look at animals in the wild, like deer, turkey, whatever, those animals don't live a peaceful life with a happy ending like you might see in a movie, or like you might wish that would happen out there. That's not what happens. Every animal out there lives to a point where they either become prey or they become sick, starve to death, whatever that may be. We're probably the only species by and large that gets to live out their days and get fat and happy and do whatever we want to do, and then finally before we, off. So is it better for animals to live out there and face whatever elements, predators, starvation, whatever, or is it better for them to live in a confined space where they're fed, watered all the time? They don't ever have to worry about predators or food, where their next meal is going to come from. For us, we want to do our best to provide the best life we can for our animals, the animals that have been entrusted into our care, and that's why we do what we do. And we're not the only ones. There are plenty of other people, even the big farmers, that take care of their animals to the best of their abilities. I may not change your mind, but I do appreciate you leaving the comment, and I would encourage you and other people, whoever else is watching this, to continue to have respectful conversations with one another about things that you may or may not agree on. I'm sure there will be common ground somewhere.